We live. Looks like we are live. All right, man. Oh, geez. Here we go. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to another Saturday edition of Let's Chat Stadia and Cloud Gaming. Today's an interesting day. Hold on, guys. A lot of subscribers. Holy crap. Not for the positive, because if I'm being kind of honest with you guys, I'm having a rough day. I burnt my finger about an hour ago, running on low sleep. I have my little brother around the corner, so he might pop in today. And then we have somebody who's going to be knocking on my door here at some point. So a little rough day for me, but I'm still, even in my worst of the worst, I'm going to hang out with you guys and just have a good time, because you guys always lift me up. So I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are awesome. And today we got another game to give out. We're going to give out Foreclosed. That's the giveaway today. So if anybody asks in the chat like they always do, just tell them Foreclosed. We're giving that out today, and we're just gonna hang out. Today might be a shorter stream than usual. I don't know if we're gonna hang out all day, just because I have so much going on today. But either way, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Let me go ahead and reach out and say what's up. We got Archer in the chat. What's up, my man? Phoenix X. Hey, man, how's it going, man? Congratulations on the graduation. And you looked ridiculous, by the way, in those pictures I saw. I don't know if you shared them with the whole Discord. I know you shared them in the private, but yeah, congratulations, my man. And what's up to the wife as well. We got Dejan in the chat. Shaz. We got Norman. What's up, my man? Michelle Parks. How you doing, Michelle? William. We got Shane in the house. Sonic. What's up, Sonic? We got Egypt. Phoenix. How's it going, guys? Oh god, the lights. What's wrong with the lights? What's wrong with the lights? Let me know if today if I'm lagging or I'm having any issues. I was having some issues about 4 or 5 days ago. I was doing some testing with my stream and I was getting a lot of issues. So let me know, guys, if there's any issues. Sonny, are you ready for Forza Horizon 5 on Stadia? Absolutely. If it's coming, I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it. We're giving out Foreclosed today, guys. The giveaway is Foreclosed. There it is. Thank you. Somebody mentioned it. I'm in love with the lights. Are you really? I don't even know what's going on. Today has been such a bad day. My little brother, if you guys don't know, my little brother, he has autism. And for some god-awful reason, he had to do some therapies today. And so they do this through Zoom. And I couldn't get it to work on the Chromebook. And so his therapist, he comes, I just get him in here and I'm half awake. I haven't even woke up yet. And like I turn on the camera on the microphone, and I think and he was here on this chair, and I think I freaked her out. She's just like, "What's happening here?" Like, so it's just too funny. Hey, Phoenix says, "Where'd you get that Stadia drinking bottle?" So Stadia themselves, they gifted it to me, and they gifted it to me and a bunch of other creators. If you guys can see, I'm like, don't want to mess with my hand. I burnt my my index finger today. Yo, Warlander TV, what's up? Frant, how you doing? Janik, how's it going, my man? Yo, Lamont, you're here early, brother. Good to see you. Apparently the bottle was for content creators. It was, Michelle, it was. Yo, Pred, how's it going, my man? Barclay, how's it going? Stadia lad, what's up, my man? I can't see. Yeah, I'm doing really well, man. Good to see you. Stretch. Afternoon, Sunny. Afternoon to you as well. Already have Foreclosed, so I'm going to let everyone start raffling and just chill. Thank you for that, Michelle, and thank you for reminding me. Let's go ahead and get this going. In the meantime, let's see if I can call my brother. You guys want to meet my little brother? Let me turn off my mic here. Hold on, give me a second, because I'm going to scream. Okay, you guys didn't hear me screaming. All right, come say hi to everybody. You got people say over here. Say hi into the microphone.
Hi.
This is my little brother, guys. As you can see, we have the same mother, but we don't look anything alike at all whatsoever. And that's the truth for our third brother. None of us look alike. So, you want to say hi one more time? And tell him what's your name.
My name is Nathan.
Good job, man. All right, man. Thank you. Go play. You can go play. All right. You guys got to meet my little brother. All right. In the meantime, let me get the bot going. Oh, the bot's still going from last week. All right, let's complete that. We already gave out all those keys. We've had a really good change with giving away the keys. All right, let's start this giveaway, and hopefully it works. And there it is. Thank you guys for being so kind with my little brother. Michelle says, I'm an autism teacher. Tell him hi. Oh, Michelle, I didn't know that. Yes, that's awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool. I have been working with kids with autism for 10 years now. It's been my main job. Now it's kind of like my 50-50 job with YouTube and this now. So hoping one day to just like hang out with my little dude and just be a full-time YouTuber. But he's been amazing and it's been really fun. So thank you guys for being so kind and saying hello to him. Are you twins? Yeah, his name's Nathan. Thank you guys. None of my siblings are halves. 2 sisters, same dad. Yeah, we are all halves. So we all have the same mother, different dads. All right, so you guys are entering in the giveaway. Good stuff, guys. So you guys, if you guys caught my last video 2 videos ago, I talked about how we are going to see that okay, how do I say this? I talked about the pro games and how I said that we're not done yet. And when I say that, I don't know it for sure, but there was something that came out that I saw that showed that there's potential for I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But when I get told things, sometimes those aren't necessarily for sure. And so I never share it. And plus, I don't want to get the person in trouble. So I think we're going to see a 4th pro game. So just throwing out some Stadia news here. And we got some cool stuff to share. I got some, have you guys ever heard of a Boosteroid? They're coming out here pretty soon in North America. I'll be covering that pretty soon. And I got a video on that coming. But yeah, guys, it's been good stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about the pro games coming out this month. I feel like the pro lineup will definitely look a lot better once this other game comes out for sure. Tiny bunches of votes. So we're giving out 4 clothes today, guys. Today's stream is going to be a lot shorter than usual, guys. We're only going to be here for about an hour. So, but really appreciate you guys hanging out either way. And I wanted to give out a game from some really cool developers. And hopefully whoever gets this game 4 clothes, go ahead and give them a review afterwards on the whatchamacallits, the Metacritic on Stadia, and give them a good review. They definitely need it. I think the team that made 4 clothes was just 2 or 3 people. And we definitely want to give them some love, and it's cool to see them on Stadia as well. Tetris Evolved Stadia Remastered. Yep. See, Michelle Parks, she played it. She said, good luck with 4 clothes, everyone. Michelle, did you win my last giveaway of 4 clothes? Is that what happened? I think it is, right? Yo, Nimbus, what's up, my man? We got someone named Stretch. I like the name. I'm not really impressed by the pro games, to be honest. Yeah, man, I kind of agree a little bit, but not 100%, because I think Little Big Workshop's going to be a really fun game. I know that's a game. Even me, when I looked at that game, I was just like, and I typically like those games, but that one I wasn't 100% sure of. And then I've heard nothing but good reviews from people who don't even like that type of game. They have loved it. And I think it's one of those that I think when you guys just kind of give it a chance, you'll see that you're kind of into it more than you'd be surprised by. So it's one of those that I am excited to play, because even though I've heard all that feedback on how awesome the game is, I actually never jumped in there myself. So now I'm glad that I'm going to be able to do that. I've never played the Darksiders franchise. I think once I messed with it for about like 10 to 15 minutes. I made a video on it. I think I might have gotten like a key for the Nintendo Switch, and I just made a video about it real quickly. So this will be the first time I jump into a Darksiders game, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Happy Saturday, Sonny. Thank you for that, DJ, and good to see you here today, my man. Nick says, well, I already had Wave Break, and I don't even like it, and Darksiders 2 ain't really new. It's funny. I don't like Wave Break that much, and I reviewed it, and I think I gave it some good love, because even though I don't like a game, and I'm reviewing it or I'm talking about it, I have to sit there and kind of be like almost in the middle about it and say, you know, even though I don't like it, I can see a lot of other people enjoying it. But Wave Break's one of those games that I don't want to judge it now, because it's been a year later, and even though I didn't like it over a year ago, I want to see how it is now. Maybe it's a lot better. So we'll see. Yo, Super says, what's up, Sonny? Will Madden be crossplay? No, it will not be crossplay. As far as if it's not crossplay now, I don't see it being crossplay later. Liftoff Gaming says, when is Black Flag coming to Stadia? Honestly, I think it's going to come within the next couple months. I honestly do. I think we're very close to it. Amon says, gift that to Nathan and wish him all the best from Moon and me. Thanks, Sonny. You helped me a lot through my education with talking and your streams. Thank you for that. And I am pretty sure I did nothing of the sort. I'm pretty sure I didn't help you in any way, but I really appreciate the 10, man. Really, really appreciate it. Oh my goodness, we're already timing people out. See? Thank you, mods. You guys are on it today. Thank you. $15.99 is a steal. Not a perfect game. You can't shoot when you're crouched, but it's worth the deal when we got it at launch. That's awesome, Michelle. Well, thank you for kind of giving us that insight on the game. Really appreciate that. Shane says, I loved Wave Break when it first came out, but it's a different game now. See, that's why I didn't even want to say one way or the other. I bet it's 100% different game now. So put 100 hours in Hitman Blood Money over the course of a year and a half. Jack, you have some fellow soulmates in the chat with SSR and Granite and quite a few people who are massive Hitman fans. Jack, are you on our Discord? Because honestly, we are so kept up with what happens with Hitman and Hitman content, and no one asked for it, but we're 100% caught up with it. We got a lot of Hitman fans in our Discord, so definitely get in there. If there's one game there's quite a few fans of, it's that one. Now it's on says, looking forward to Wave Break. Yeah, like I said, it could be a completely changed game. It had some interesting and fun mechanics before. It's a different game though. It's a different game for sure. Wave Break is more fun to play local co-op. The closest to a Tony Hawk Pro Skater kind of game we have on Stadia. Agreed. That's true until we get Riders Republic, another game that I'm hearing nothing but crazy good things about. But I agree with you. It's kind of have that Tony Hawk Pro Skater vibe to it. It's also got that single player, but the game really shines. Most games shine in local multiplayer, but I do hope they fixed it a little bit, because when I would play local multi on that, or not local, I would play online multiplayer, because it does have online multiplayer. I was getting killed like every 5 seconds. So it's an interesting game. Did you try Riders Republic beta? It looks like a solid game. Love the tricks battle. I have not tried it, but I've been paying attention to a lot of other people who have been, and the game looks incredible. We've seen the gameplay. I've gotten excited for it, and then to hear everyone else praise the game. Man, that's one of those games that I really wish would have something like Stadia crowd play. But even then, like, I can see me playing that one just for fun. We'll see if we can maybe get a game going on launch, and we'll do a stream instead of one of these streams. We'll just actually play it, because that's one of those a lot of you guys will have access to with Ubisoft Plus. So yeah, we'll definitely give it a shot. What are your thoughts on the leaked Mandalorian game? James, I made a whole video on it and literally gave all my thoughts on it. I think it's fake. I think it's fake. I'm like pretty sold that it's fake. So I don't think it's real. Thank you again, Amon, for the $10, my man. Really appreciate it. What's up, Cloud Gaming Dad, my man? I'm appreciative of any Stadia Pro game. I pay my money and love how Stadia curates them each monthly. Keep it up, Google. Yeah, Google's pretty good at not giving us a bunch of junk. And right now, I think that's really key for Stadia not to be kind of like the Nintendo Switch or Steam, where they put a bunch of bad indie games. Because if we were to get a flood of indie games that were not good, I can only imagine how angry. I do feel like a lot of Stadia fans get very upset when they hear and see an announced indie game. And I already have my own thoughts. I've already shared those. I don't hate indie games. It's the opposite. I actually am trying to start a channel dedicated on it just to kind of give some love. And even I've been throwing Stadia games on there so people know about Stadia more, because a lot of people don't know about Stadia. But, you know, when indie games come onto Stadia, almost the majority of the time, unless they're these timed exclusives like this last one we got with Young Souls, they choose to be on Stadia. This isn't one of those things where Google goes, okay, we're gonna get this indie game, and guess what, we're not gonna get this AAA game. You know, that doesn't happen. That's not a decision process that happens. So I'm always thankful when I see games come to Stadia, no matter what. If they're indie games, I'm a huge fan of indie games. So you know, I'm with you on that. They're really good at curating. So well said, Cloud Gaming Den. And of course, check out my main man's channel. I did read one of your tweets where you said you got some hate, Cloud Gaming Den. I do want to give you some kind of quick advice right here, my man. As someone who's been doing YouTube now for a couple years, I've gotten the nastiest messages you can imagine. I've gotten a death threat. I know some people in the Discord know what I'm talking about. That death threat didn't happen that long ago. It was this year. I've gotten a death threat. I've gotten people talk about my appearance. I've had people talk about my voice. I've had people talk about everything. You're gonna get a lot of hate. You know, focus. It's easy to focus on those who try to bring us down, but for me, focus on those who try your best to focus on those who are supportive. And you do have some awesome supporters. You had an outpouring. There's a lot of people that love what you do. Continue doing what you're doing, my man. And like I said, guys, check out Cloud Gaming Dad. That's a unique special name right there, so you guys can easily find him on YouTube. So a lot of love to him. I lost oh wait, what happened? Am I this behind in the chat? Holy crap. I lost progress in Wavebreak after not playing it for a while. Really? Well, that sucks, Shane. Shane, I'm gonna get back to you in Discord, by the way. Leaf Blower, hello, do you have MySpace? Did we teleport in time and I don't know about it? I think I do. I think I do have MySpace. I don't know where it is or what it's doing, if it still exists. Did they actually send you a key for Riders Republic? No, there was an open beta. I think so people were able to get it there. Some of you are reacting to the MySpace comments. That's one of the best troll comments I've ever seen. That was brilliant. That was a brilliant Leaf Blower. That was a brilliant troll comment. That's, you know what? I'm gonna steal that and I'm gonna go into people's chats and just go, hey, do you have do you have a MySpace? Hey Sonny, do you have any hint regarding the new Stadia Pro game to come? I mean, I can't give you a hint because then I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't want to make. See, I sometimes receive information and I don't want to make those people who give me the information because they trust me. I don't want to get in trouble by them. So I can't give you a hint other than the hint that I think there's going to be another game here. And I hope we hear about it very soon. Yeah, but that Mandalorian game is an Xbox game, according to some journalists. That was embarrassing. And yeah, it is what it is. Someone from the chat named Support Glenn assured me today that Animal Royale is dropping very soon. So it's interesting. I'm going to actually come out and say this one. Because this was actually told to me in confidence as well. I thought Super Animal Royale was going to come out on Thursday. And then I wrote a tweet and said, pay attention, because, you know, just pay attention. And then immediately after, I was told, nah, it's not coming today. I was like, So I deleted the tweet. So all I can say is it's coming soon, and that's not really me giving away anything because they said it was going to come around this time frame. So it is coming soon. I even got a date. I don't remember the date, but it's coming soon, and I'm going to make a video on that one. I'm pretty sure. That one looks like too much fun. I feel like I'm just going to have a goofy video with that one. Did someone get Janik some waffles? We're the waffles and pizza channel in here, man. Is there a reason we're only getting 3 pro games this month? Maybe more coming later in month day 1. I've hinted this a few times, DJ. I think that I think we're going to be seeing another pro game. Don't quote me on that. Don't go out and say, you know, Sonny for sure says it. It's not a for sure thing, but I saw something and I think it's coming this month. So, hey man, do you have any thoughts on Plus and Minus using on Stadia on a Chromecast versus the Chromecast with Google TV? The only thing I can say about that, Tom, and that's a great question, and it's been a while since I've used Stadia on my Chromecast Ultra because I've been kind of turned off by it. The UI was kind of slow. It was kind of giving me a lot of problems. I was getting color problems, which I think I ended up finding out it was HDR problems. The Google TV runs super smooth last I checked. Admittedly, it's been a little bit since I've checked. It's been about a month. So I would say get the Google TV if you can. But if you have a Chromecast, the Chromecast Ultra, I think it's fine, but definitely get that Google TV. Let me jump right ahead here. We got Joe D. Wilkins coming in with a 5. Yo, Sunny Cloud Gaming, you think EA Play will ever come to Stadia? Keep up the great work and love your content. Yes. Listen, I can tell you that there is no negotiations at this moment in regards to an EA Play and Stadia partnership. But if I were reading the tea leaves and looking towards the future, I would say yes. I think you're absolutely going to see that. I think you're going to see more like Ubisoft Plus on Stadia down the line. I actually think that's where Stadia is kind of headed towards. My thing is with Stadia is that I do hope that they keep the business model of making sure that you can still purchase games. I still feel like that's a win-win in all directions, you know, for those who kind of want that ownership, and then for those who just want a subscription type of service. So I absolutely see EA Play, but I think it could be some time, could even be years. One thing that I'm starting to notice a lot within this community and communities outside of us is there's a lot of debate about Stadia, cloud gaming. And honestly, it's such a useless debate because, you know, there's no competition really within any of the services when it comes to Stadia versus Luna versus xCloud versus this versus that. There's really nothing there right now. Cloud gaming itself is building. It's going to be a while. I think we just saw the report that the revenue is going to triple by 2024, and we're about to hit 2022. So in about 2.5 years, right, the revenue is going to triple, and I think it says something about like 64 billion. That tells you that it's going to grow, and it's going to grow 3 times as bigger. But in the larger scope of the gaming world, that's still a pretty small number. So honestly, when it comes to all the services and everything, it's one of those things where you're just going to continually see this evolve. I do think you're going to start to see more subscriptions. I really hope that Stadia and Google still tries to stand apart in that, though, and gives that option to always buy games. But I definitely see EA Play coming down at some point. Napster's bringing in the pirated cloud games. Yep. Yo, what's up, Clive? Watching you on my new LG OLED C1. I'm a big fan of LG, man. I was rocking with LG when they were first started, and you still look and sound great. Thanks, Clive. By the way, check out my man Clive's channel. Again, all I can say is the man is he's better at this YouTube thing than me. So check him out. Check out his channel. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant creator. So check him out, please. Why would you get a death threat? That's crazy dumb. It's just cloud gaming. Jax says, haven't gotten any death threats in Twitter. Stop letting me back on. That's good. That's good. Stretch says, Sonny, your voice sells you. Some people hate my voice. Some people hate my voice. So it is what it is. On the first Switch year, the store was giving good stuff. From the second year, they started to flow all the shovelware, and the world on the Switch store got mad. You know, I have a lot of bones to pick with the people's narratives out there when it comes to Stadia. One of my favorite narratives that I just like makes you want to punch a wall is just like how Stadia it needs to do this and it needs to do that, and there's no multiplayer, and let's make our grand declarations that, you know, Stadia is in trouble, or Stadia is this and Stadia is that. And I sat there and I covered the Nintendo Switch for years. I was getting games every single week for the Nintendo Switch, and I never got multiplayer lobbies for anything on day one of release ever. This was 3 years into the Switch's lifespan. I think I started towards the end of I was in year 2, but towards the end of year 3, most of year 3, and then I came here and I've been hanging out with you guys ever since. And I hate the Switch, so I was gladly happy to leave and join what I feel is a much superior product in Stadia. That's just my opinion. And it's just one of those things that there's just so many people out there that honestly narrow-mindedness is really frustrating. But you know, I don't want to get into beefs with people. We all have different opinions. It is what it is. Yo, Lamont grabbing some TP. We haven't heard anything on EA games coming after FIFA 22 since they had that 5-game contract. Do you think we might see more EA games come in the next year or so? If you guys ever see me just sit there and just have to think, it's because I got to make sure that what I say doesn't get me in trouble. As you guys by this time know, I kind of know when it comes to EA, I kind of know a little more than usual. It's on Google. I know a lot of us, a lot of people will go, you know, it's on. Well, yeah, it's on Google. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, the publisher should go to Stadia or this and that. But in terms of EA, more EA games coming to Stadia, this one's actually on Google from the things that I've heard. So it's up to Google. I know that I think they're willing to go back to the table, but you know, someone that I do talk to isn't someone that would be part of those negotiations. So it's one of those things that I don't for sure 100% know, but I'm pretty sure it's on Google. They'd have to come back and be like, you know, let's go get more games on Stadia. And right now, I think Google's just been in a transition phase where they've just been hammering out how they're going to go from their model going forward, how they're, you know, doing the expansions, how they're you know, working on the tech, and they've been really highly focused on that. And I think it's going to be working for them right now, because cloud gaming is just such a massive slow burn. I can't really stress that more and more. And the more things you see out there, the more it just continues to solidify my thoughts. It's all a matter of it just continually to grow, guys. Just it's gonna be a slow process, but it's gonna all grow. And I'm not talking about Stadia specific. I'm talking about all of cloud gaming. This is definitely not specific to Stadia. So it's just one of those things, guys. We got to be patient. I hope we see Battlefield for EA. I'm with you. I hope we see it too. You know what, guys? Over 100 people's watching. Give a guess, guys. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it for sure. Stadia is a pioneer platform and is making the rules up as they go. Yeah, and that's for sure. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to give Stadia credit for, but I do. I think they're definitely a pioneer, and they're doing things like I'm continuously blown away by things like bridge mode. Bridge mode just blows my mind. The fact that something like that is going to be coming out, and the fact that it's just going to make it so much more accessible, and all the little things that we don't even talk about, really, things like state share, and the fact that we have something like Stream Connect. Stream Connect is going to be the future down the line. In more prevalent in games than you guys will think. It's just most of the gamers right now are still stuck in the consoles and those restricted boxes. Give it years, that's going to be the norm, you know. And it's going to be funny because all of us are going to know years down the road where this all started from and where it came from. So we got Lamont coming in here with a 10, my brother from another mother. You guys, you know what, guys? Over 100 people's watching. Give a thumbs up if you really want Sonny to have that Lamont merch. You know what? Give me one merch, and I'll put it up on the store. Give me some Lamont merch, and I'll advertise it. I'll advertise it for you. Give me one prototype. I'll put up one shirt, and then we'll tell people on stream about the Lamont merch. Or if you have your own merch store, I'll go ahead and link it to everybody. Sonny, how do you like Young Souls? Still haven't played it, Phoenix, but looking at the reviews, and I've looked at the reviews really good. I've covered it in a video where I said the top best indie games of this year. So I always try to do my research when I do a list like that, and I have loved it. I've sat there and watched a lot of the Stadia streamers play it, and it looks like a lot of fun. I've held on to my key so I can give it out, and I think I gave it out yesterday, and I think I might have one more Young Souls key. I lost some blood, guys, so I apologize. In my hand there. $5. Chris Vigor says $5 for at Lamont. We're gonna have to open up like a separate thing here for Lamont and just give him his donations. I noticed there isn't a lot of content for YouTube for Luna. Yeah, that's because Luna's still in the infancy right now. They're still growing. I mean, we saw their September lineup, and there's nothing mind-blowing with Luna. Luna's just taking its time, and honestly, I'm okay with that approach. You know, some people do like to bash Luna a little bit because of the bash that sometimes Stadia gets. And I don't think it's warranted to Luna. I think Luna's just kind of off in its own corner doing its own thing. And it'll be interesting to see what it continues. It is working at a ridiculously slow pace, but it is what it is. Michelle Park says Stadia's communication with devs is not always perfect. Yeah, there's definitely at times a bit of a barrier that can be worked on. And one of the things I was talking about earlier, because this thought came up to me, is Stadia really good at curating indie games. sometimes they take that curation a little further than they should, and games that should be like that reach out to Google and should be on Stadia for sure, because we would all love it. They've sometimes ignored a couple games, and we've had to, as a community as a whole, be like, yo, wake up, we want this game. So the power of you guys expressing what you guys want on Stadia is huge. I keep telling you guys that. Keep telling Google, keep telling Stadia what games you guys want. I want to see Hades. I want to see Valheim. Those are indie games. I could see Valheim being a little tougher. But, you know, if I'm Google and I'm Stadia, I'm saying, hey, let me point you to the porting house that is at Cyberpunk, and maybe you guys can work out a deal, and let's get a game like Valheim on Stadia. So, you know, a lot of this falls on, of course, the publishers and developers reaching out and getting their games out on Stadia, which they do, which we've seen. And a lot of it too is on Google's end, being like, okay, are you guys interested? Is there any feelers out there? So it's a combination of a lot of different things. Do you have any news on the Death Carnival or Jay and Silent Bob's Chronic Blunt Punch? Fandom Gaming, I do not have any news on that. I expect to see Death Carnival within the end of the year. I think I predicted it's coming out this month. That was completely me guessing. I'm really shocked we haven't seen that one, because we heard about it, I want to say almost over a year now at a Stadia Connect, and we haven't seen anything about it since. It might be a small team working on it. I'm actually very much looking forward to Death Carnival. It feels like if they would have got their game out before that one game, The Ascent, I feel like it could have made some noise, because it had those kind of visual style to it and kind of that feel. But The Ascent's been what looks like a pretty decent game. So SSR's petition to get a Lamont gear. We still don't understand how Ubisoft games are on 30 FPS. That's a Ubisoft thing. That's not a Google Stadia thing. We've seen Ubisoft put out 60 4K FPS games, 4K 60 FPS games like Division 2. So that's having us petitioning to Ubisoft, going, guys, please step it up. You know. Tom says, hey Sonny, where are you based in USA, man? Just found your channel after getting into Stadia last month. Love the work. Thank you for that, Tom. I'm here down in the Southwest, down in Arizona, and yeah. Okay, we want a yes, that's a good shirt. We want a shirt that says tight in all caps. That's a perfect merch. Let's do it, and I'll give the proceeds right back to Lamont. Energy drink funds. No, I can't drink those, man. I just got off drinking those about a month when I started my diet, right after my birthday, and I wouldn't drink them often. I would limit myself to one a day, and I've stopped drinking those. So I feel like that's for the best. Have you had your time for Humankind? I'm 40 turns. I'm 40 turns from the first completing Love Again. No chances of beating like the Persians, as they have nukes. They have nukes. The Persians have nukes. Oh Lord. Yeah, man, I've gotten to play it. I love the game. I love it. It's definitely something different, but it's one of those games you have to sit down and have a lot of time for. So I've only been able to mess with it a little bit. It's an awesome game though, and I love that it's on Stadia. Do you think there's a hope to see all the promised Far Cry games on Stadia before the end of the year? Yes. I would bet some money we see them all by the end of the year. Are you subscribed to xCloud? I actually got rid of my subscription about 2 weeks ago because I haven't really been using it. My Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It's funny because I downloaded The Ascent and I downloaded Hades, but I only played Hades. I did play Hades for a bit. I played it for like 6 or 7 hours because I wanted to see what all the hype was. And then I thought to myself, I really feel like we're going to see this game on Stadia, so I stopped playing it. Now I'm just going to wait for that. If it ever happens, maybe it won't. And then I never even played The Ascent. I stopped my subscription, but I'm going to be covering some xCloud stuff here in the next couple, maybe even weeks. So I'll probably have to redo it. Has Outriders had any patches on Stadia? Jake, I don't think so. Want to buy, but heard it's no population on Stadia, no crossplay yet. Yeah, Jake, don't buy Outriders on Stadia. I don't recommend it. Don't recommend it right now. I don't know what's going on with the support with that. I don't know who to blame. I think we could just blame everyone collectively, from the Outrider devs to the Square Enix, the publisher. It's been pathetic. Google knows about it. You know, I think it's one of those, and I'm gonna get to that donation here in a second. India's frothing at the mouth, hungry for Stadia. I hear you, Michelle. I think it's one of those things where I know on my channel, I was really screaming for Outriders to get here day and day. I was really pushing for it. And I think collectively, some of you guys were pushing right behind me. And Google, I think, might have maybe thrown something at them and said, please get this game day and date. And we were all hoping for like a Cyberpunk type of deal, like love. And it turned out to be the opposite. It's been kind of a nightmare since. So yeah, it's one of those things where I just don't recommend it. Yo, Shane comes in, bottle of H2O funds. Thank you, my man. Really appreciate Shane, the fives. Thank you guys for the donos from Lamont. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. I think Shane, Chris came in with a 5 as well. Lamont with the 10. Thank you guys. You guys really do bring me up, because just an hour and a half ago, I burnt my finger. I'm running on like 4 to 5 hours of sleep. I've been in such a bad mood. And then I get here and I start talking to you guys and I feel like I'm just cured of everything. So I really appreciate it, guys. And I apologize if I'm missing your messages. Please just repeat your message in the chat. I'm going to try to read all your guys' stuff. I've been skipping a lot more than I usually do. And yes, guys, exclamation raffle. If you already did it, don't do it again. But today we are giving out the game Foreclosed. This game came out just over a week ago. It's an excellent game, and whoever gets this key today is going to have a lot of fun. And you'll enjoy it for sure. Yo, Randy, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Randy. I really want you, and I just saw your message, Randy. Really want you to join us in the wrestling in the Discord and join us in Sunny Cloud Gaming. But we talk about all sorts of topics on our Discord. One of them is wrestling. Randy, join us on the wrestling because you're so vocal in other places. I'd love for you to talk to us. Division 2 is tight. Yes, it is. Division 2. Are you still playing Division 2, Lamont? Janik says Outriders turned out to be such a mess, unfortunately. Yes, I know. Jerome says Division 2 is awesome. I'm still doing single player. Awesome. That's good. And enjoy the single player. It's a good one. Good to see Moon in the chat. Moon, I hope you're doing really well. Bulls for life. What's up, brother? What's up, man? What's up, my man? How's it going? Yo, we've had a good off season. I got a little too hyped, but just for the record. Will Stadia get more free-to-play games in the future? Yes, we're getting Super Animal Royale. Ooh, guess what? Another exclusive right here. I heard about a game coming out this year that's going to be another free-to-play game, but not to get your hopes up. It's a game that I never heard of. I never heard of it. I heard about a game coming out in I think it's coming out this year. It's free to play. I'm not even going to tell you the genre. Should I? No, I won't tell you the genre. It's free to play. It's coming out this year, and I had never heard of it. I looked it up, and it's actually not technically released, I think. So maybe that's why I never heard of it, but it doesn't have any hype behind it. I was shocked when I heard about this game. So we have games coming down the pipe, and it could be a good one. Never know. So we have X Defiant. That's going to be a free-to-play shooter. We got Super Animal Royale. That's going to be a battle royale, top-down animal furries shooting down each other. And then an unannounced game coming at the end of the year. No one, I think, has heard of this game. So it's not like some big, massive game. At least, not that maybe it blows up towards release. Who knows? No, it's not Fortnite. Everyone knows about Fortnite. Sunny, is the new Saints Row coming to Stadia? Kevin, I hope so. And you know what's interesting about that? I am in the and this is thanks to Amon. I don't know if he's watching the chat. I'm in the Discord with okay, here it is, the Deep Silver Creator Collective. This is thanks to Amon and thanks to you guys for giving me support. I actually have I can sit there and just ask the developers and publishers, and they've been really active the last couple days because of Saints Row. They've been super active on the Discord and talking to all the creators and really wanting the creators to hype up the game, which I would have done if it was coming to cloud gaming, but we don't really know. But I will reach out at some point. Maybe somebody can remind me and ask if this is coming out to any cloud service, especially Stadia. So I don't know anything about Saints Row, but thank you to Amon for getting me in here. What's up, dude? Yeah, we did have a great off season. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Sonny, if I buy Outriders, is it a dead game and will it ever go pro? Michelle Parks, I would not bet on it going pro, and I absolutely do not recommend buying the game. Wait until a patch comes out, and wait until a patch for crossplay comes out. When that happens, then I'll recommend it a little better. Michelle, do not buy Outriders. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. You know what? I actually have a key to give it away. Maybe you'll win it in that giveaway. So, and guys, I've been talking about doing a charity stream, and I think we're gonna do one by the end of the year. I think I know what I'm gonna do now, and I'm not gonna talk about it yet because I don't want to promise something and then something comes up and I can't do it. But this one's gonna be from the heart, man, and I'm excited for it. So we'll see what happens. I've never done a charity stream. I want to do a lot of research on that, make sure I do it right, and I do it to the right. I give it to the right people. But more than likely, it'll be something cancer related. As you guys know, I'm coming up on my 5th year here in a couple months, and yeah, man, if I hit the 5 years, I'll be considered cancer free. And I've been losing a little weight, trying to get myself in a good mental health state, and you guys have been awesome in that regards too, because you guys have been giving me a lot of well wishes, so I really appreciate it. Randy coming in here with the 5 says, to one of the best channels and one of the best stand-up guys in the community, thank you for everything you do, my brother. Thank you, dude, for just always being awesome, Randy, hanging out, being positive. You know, I saw yesterday that you were doing some debates on our Discord. By the way, join our Discord, guys. Doing some debates on some people who are not fans of Stadia, which, by the way, if you're not a fan of Stadia and you join our Discord, that's okay. This is a cloud gaming Discord. You can love Stadia, you can hate it, always be constructive. And they were borderline being a little constructive, and I saw you were going into some debates, so I kind of agreed with most of what you said yesterday. I was just so busy I couldn't chime in. But much love to you, man, and thank you for the 5. We got Nick coming here. Are you not worried that the major conferences, E3, Gamescom, are barely ever talking about games coming to Stadia? Well, Nick, okay, so I almost said something not nice, not to you, Nick. This is just kind of more to the narrative of this. I'm just gonna be honest about that thought, you know, Nick, because it's a legitimate question. It's a real thing that a lot of people within this community, Stadia community specifically, I don't know about the rest of the cloud gaming community, but Stadia specifically, they get, you know, frustrated at not seeing announcements at E3, at Gamescom. And again, I don't blame any single one of you. This goes back to what we were talking about last week about, you know, certain games that you guys want to see. Again, I don't blame any of you guys for being upset if a game that you really want to see doesn't come out to Stadia. I understand that frustration. For me now, covering this for almost 2 years and kind of seeing the landscape of how this has been, Nick, I have personally I've had no expectations. That's because it's not just necessarily a Stadia thing specifically, but really no cloud service is getting announced for most of these games coming out. This isn't specific to Stadia, and I get that's not a great answer because a lot of you guys use Stadia and it's your main platform, and I get it, it's frustrating. But as someone who's going to take himself away from the creator role and just put himself in the shoes of a guy who is a Stadia user who owns over 110 games now, as a guy who just games and likes Stadia, I've reserved myself to the fact that right now this is just a slow process in regards to any cloud gaming. And if you truly want to see certain games, unfortunately at this moment, you might have to go somewhere else. Because really almost no cloud service has all the games right now. I think the best thing I've seen from GeForce Now all year has been this recent announcement of Dying Light 2. It's the only game that I have seen that I'm interested that GeForce Now has had all year. They've had no games that I've been interested in at all. Stadia has had way more games. So it's funny that, you know, a lot of people go, oh, GeForce Now gets like 30 games a week, but I've never been interested in any of them. So for me, Stadia's had more games. So it's just one of those things, guys, where, you know, it sucks, man. It sucks. But right now, my bar is in my expectations are just low on these things for Gamescom, because I think cloud gaming itself just isn't there to really grab a lot of people's attention just yet. And it will, trust me, it will. Just not there at this moment. So it does not worry me in any sense. You know what will worry me? If I start to see consistently Luna, or if Netflix ever does their cloud gaming, which we just saw they're doing mobile. If we start seeing, you know, Tencent or something, and they're getting logos on these trailers, and certain cloud services or platforms are being left behind, that's when I'll start to get worried if I'm a fan of a certain service. Does that make any sense? And I went really in depth there. Yo, Uncanny, how's it going, my man? Good to see you. I just saw your message. Good to see you, my man. Stretch says, good, honest answer on Outsiders. I'm honest here, man. I'm always going to be honest with you, and you guys don't have to agree with my honesty. You or with not my honesty, but my point. You're feel free to disagree and debate me if you guys want to debate on the chat, and I won't necessarily, engage if the debate gets a little off topic or if it's not constructive. But feel free to disagree. I don't have a problem with that, and I don't have, like I said earlier, someone was debating our boy here, Randy, on Stadia and its viability, and all thought processes are welcome, and I'm good with it. Just be fair all across the board if you can be, and I know that's hard. Eamon says, I was super frustrated after Wednesday. I thought I will buy a new console, but after 3 days now, man, I remember we saw a lot of games coming without trailers, which mentioned Stadia. And that's another thing too, by the way. I didn't even mention that, but a lot of games do come out and they come out closer to release. We don't get trailers for them till late. It is what it is, and it's just one of those things. Stadia doesn't really need a Gamescom event. They really should just use the reach they have through YouTube. I mean, exactly, Rob. They have so much reach. They have so much stuff. Lamont, this OG need to get on Discord. Lamont, you absolutely need to get on there. Uncanny says, personally, I use Stadia as a main platform, but I had zero expectation when it comes to Gamescom. Yeah, and it's unfortunate to say that. It is. I get it. And again, this isn't to diminish those who are, upset or sad that they don't see what they want to see at these events. Again, I don't blame you, and I understand your frustration 100%. I do. Jason, hello from the UK. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, my man. I hope one day I can visit the UK and some of you guys up there will accept me, because otherwise well, yeah, I just want people to be more factual than spread misinformation. I'm just doing my part for the community, and there's no other platform I've seen more full of misinformation than Stadia. A part of that, though, is to the credit of Google kind of fumbling quite a bit at release. So we'll give them some of the blame on that, but most of it is unwarranted. So I'm with you on that. And yeah, that's all we can do as, cloud gamers, as, Google Stadia gamers. All we can do is just say, hey guys, this isn't really how it works. So Uncanny comes in with a 5. I just wanted to send over a dono. Really appreciate the content, brother, and I think you are an all-around awesome guy. Thank you for that, Uncanny. Really appreciate it. And thank you again, man. Thank you for the 5. That means a lot. Michelle goes, Sonny, what do you think about the ability to play with your phone getting closer? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean playing with your phone? What does that mean, Michelle? You can play with your phone now. You can play all the services with your phone. Is there a service? The only one is PlayStation Now, unless I'm just not seeing the context of that question. Yeah, you can play Stadia with your phone. I do it all the time, actually. Yo, Royal Donut Gaming goes, how you doing, Sonny? I hope you're staying hydrated during this heat. Yes, I am. I'm actually never leaving, so that's how I stay hydrated. Yo, Chariot Man Gaming, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Love the content, my man. And of course, check out my brother, Chariot Man Gaming. Check out his channel. My man's got so much enthusiasm and love for his content. You see it flows through his videos, so please give him some love. All right, let me jump in here. We got Stadia Lad coming in here. Here is to being a full-time YouTuber. I am sure you will get there, and you can spend more time with your family. Family is priceless. Great stream as usual. Thank you for that, Stad Lad. I am actually getting closer and closer than I ever have been before to being a full-time YouTuber. I'm getting there. I'll be honest with you. I do have one other project going, and I'm also going to be launching the websites. So it's not going to be all just Sunny Cloud Gaming, but it will be multiple eggs in multiple baskets. And I'm going to have, I've already talked to 2 other guys who have joined my team. I have a writer, I have an editor, and they will be helping me pump out content faster in the future. And so there's a lot of good stuff. I'm not really paying them right now. I think one of them's working for free right now. I don't make that much at all, guys, but it's getting there. The pieces are in motion, and I'm excited for it. So, and it's because of you guys really kicking it off more than anything. And I'm hoping that as this continues to evolve and I do become this full-time YouTuber one day, because I am very determined on that. I'm going to say that no one's more determined than me. I almost spend every waking hour thinking about this stuff. It's going to happen, and when it does, you guys are going to see a lot more varied, a lot more awesome content on Sunny Cloud Gaming. Hopefully the website here in the coming months. I'm so excited. You have no clue. It's just finding the time. I honestly, every day I sit there and go, I wish I could clone myself somehow because this is ridiculous. But thank you again, Stad Lad. Really appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, exclamation raffle. We are giving out the game. How long have we been streaming today? We have been at this for about... We've been at this for 50 minutes, so we are not too far away from the giveaway today, and you guys are continuously being very generous, so I really appreciate it. Sunny Cloud, you're always welcome on the Manchester. The door is always open. That's awesome. Thank you, my man. Thank you. That's my plan. See, I became an adult late in life, if that makes any sense. I was very immature in my 20s. I don't even want to say immature. I was just living life kind of like whatever. And then I did get sick and I got the cancer I got, which is B-cell lymphoma. I got a tumor near my heart. After that, I decided I think it's time to grow up because you only live once. And one of my dreams for sure is to go out and travel the world. So that's why I'm kind of like putting some feelers out. See if you guys will take me because I'm never going to be rich. I don't plan to ever be a big YouTuber. I just want to make a living off it. That's it. That's my only goal. And hopefully some of you guys will take me in if I go around the world. Because like I said, I don't know how long I have left in this world. My previous health history tells me I'm not going to live super old. I hope I do. But, you know, one of the things I want to do is go out and travel. And hopefully you guys will take me in. Take in this orphan. Stadia, Michelle goes, Stadia offers true game collections that don't disappear. The very thing accused of not having when we are actually the only platform that allows ownership. Michelle out here spitting facts. Can we give Michelle her own YouTube channel? She's out here spitting some facts. My goodness, you're right, Michelle. You nailed it. Thank you for that. I went back and watched the original GDC announcement, and I'm still as hyped as when I first saw Stadia announced. That's awesome, Rob Gold. I love that. I never play Stadia on my phone. The screen is way too small. Most of the UI text I can't even read on it. Yeah, I've heard that is a legitimate complaint. I actually play a lot on my phone, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy my time with my phone. I do have really big phones, though. So, Gabriel D says, I'm new to Stadia. I don't have a lot of time to play, so the selection is sufficient, and I am amazed at how well it works. So, that's one of the awesome things about cloud gaming and Stadia specifically is how good it is at just cutting down that fluff of downloads, and you get almost every game you get a really nice fast upload into the game. Everything loads up quickly, and that's one of the conveniences I have definitely noticed. And I take note of everything that happens, mental notes of everything that happens within this community, as in like who's playing Stadia, you know, what are the age ranges, what games are you guys looking for? Are you guys looking for indie games? What kind of indie games? What kind of AAA games are you guys looking for? I take all that into consideration because when I make my videos and I talk about this stuff, I rarely ever speak for my personal self. I speak for you guys. I try to anyways. And so my extension of my voice is I hope to reach out to Google, reach out to developers, reach out to publishers and say, this is what the Stadians are looking for. And one thing that I've noticed with all that crap that I just said is that a lot of, you know, parents, busy adults really gravitate towards Stadia. And it's gonna, we're only gonna get older, you know, gamers are gonna get older. The generation from before is only gonna get older, and cloud gaming is gonna continue to make a lot more sense. So my goodness. All right, let me get to the donations. We got Randy, my bad, Randy B. Randy, my man, because gamers have become entitled, they crap on Stadia because they're expecting it to be where Xbox and PlayStation, not realizing that these things take time. I'm gonna get to that one here in a second, Randy. And then we got Ryan R coming in with a 5. Any chance of you doing some kind of collaboration with Ace again? I thought you two made a great team. Thank you for that, Ryan. Maybe down the line. I think I was on their podcast about 2 or 3 months ago. Ace has his own channel now, Cloud Gaming Stream, and I was on his podcast, and yeah, I think it was about 3 months ago, I want to say. So it wasn't that long ago. So, you know, maybe one day I'll be back on their podcast. Randy, though. Randy says, because gamers... And again, thank you real quick. Sorry, Ryan. Thank you for the 5, my man. Really appreciate the 5. And cool that you remember that OG content. Okay. Randy goes... I'm going to reread what you said, Randy, because this is really important. And one thing that I think may be the number one thing that frustrates me more than anything else out there. This frustrates me the most, and Randy's on the money on this one. He says, not the part about gamers being entitled, which I won't agree or disagree with, but the part about Stadia, people expecting Stadia to be kind of where Xbox and PlayStation is. And certain narratives will run out there that, you know, Stadia needs to have this game or they won't survive. Stadia isn't doing this or Stadia isn't doing that, and it's not specific to just Stadia as well. People will apply the same argument to Luna and others. It's ridiculous. It couldn't be more ridiculous. This is gonna be a long process. If people don't remember, Xbox did not come out of the gate and blow the whole world away. It took time. Not only is Stadia a new platform, and not only is cloud gaming new to people, this is something that is just so foreign for people to consume games this way, because we have been consuming games from consoles for 40 years now. People just started to accept Netflix and all these subscriptions within the last 10 years. How much were we just barely starting to dive into Netflix back in like 2010, where it was just starting to be more widely accepted? Gaming's going through that whole thing right now, and it's just too positive on everybody's plate for it not to continue to grow further. And I'm with an agreement with you on that, Randy. I couldn't agree with you more. The narratives that Stadia's not doing this or this isn't happening, Stadia's doomed, they are so narrow-minded that it's blowing my mind how bad it is. All right, so that's just what I wanted to say. Thank you again. Shane coming in with the 5. This is for Gatorade, my man. Do you really want me to drink something? Shane, you're so funny. You're so funny, my man. You like speaking code half the time, and half the time I don't know what you're saying. Amir says, hope to see Mass Effect Legendary Edition on Stadia. I think that's one of those games that I would welcome to see on Stadia even after it's already been released, because a lot of you guys, I should say, are still requesting that one, and I think that's a really good one. I don't know if I'd get back into it. I played them all. I beat them all. I would see me going back to the first one, and I'm curious which Mass Effect was your favorite. My favorite was the first one. Eamon says, Sonny, whenever you're around, we have an open door for you, family. I know. I actually have a couple of you guys down there in Germany, so we're going to hit that one. Did Queen Rach die? Really miss her streams. No, she'll be back at some point. Her and I are very close. She's a good friend, and I love her to pieces. I'd do anything for her, and she's awesome. She'll be back. She's just had some things in real life to contend with, and hopefully she doesn't get mad at me just for even saying that. WB says, Randy B, honestly, last year I used to be hesitant towards Stadia because streaming seems so unreliable. Had to see it for myself to believe it. That reminds me, Stadia needs better marketing. I'd argue with you, WB, that I don't think I've seen any marketing on anywhere that's been good for any cloud service that it's made any sort of dent. And I think Stadia kind of has taken that same thought process. I'm putting my feet in their shoes, and I'd go, you know what? There's so much resistance right now towards cloud gaming. They're not believers. Let's take a step back. Let's focus on getting this tech being unbelievable, being great, being potentially even upgraded. I mean, that could potentially still happen down the line. And let's really make this accessible. Let's really expand this thing to more countries. Let's really work on this right now, because there really is no cloud service just making bank right now. I'd love for someone to point me to the direction of the service that's killing it right now and making tons of money and has tons of people on it. And if you're going to point to me GeForce Now, that's not a good one to point to. That is not a good one to point to at all. They have a lot of users, but the majority of those are free users. They're using it, and a lot of that is very much they're using it as a bridge more than they actually care about GeForce Now itself. So it's just one of those things where it's kind of like they're just a virtual machine and they're being used and looked as such. So no one's really killing it in the cloud gaming space, just for the record. Shane goes, this is for a Heineken. I don't drink, Shane. I'll take your 5 though, and I'll grab an energy drink for you. But I don't drink. So I apologize. I have missed so many of your guys' messages. You guys have been killing it today. I expected today's stream to be a disaster since I started really bad with my finger being burned. I kind of felt low energy at the start, but you guys have been killing it, so I appreciate it. Shane, thank you again for the 5, my man. Tom says, surely for Stadia to be a real success, it needs to be sold at retail level. I can walk into many stores, but a Google speaker, a Google Hub, but not a Stadia controller. I think that's only one part of the equation, Tom. And I honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's a very big part of the equation. The premise of cloud gaming itself is that you don't need hardware, that you don't need to buy a controller. You know what's funny? Yeah, I'm going to say this out loud. This is something not Stadia related. I actually asked, this was over a year ago now. I actually asked the GeForce Now heads, like it was the very head of GeForce Now, and I asked him, yo, are you guys gonna get any sort of specific equipment for GeForce Now? And his response was, no, this is a cloud gaming service. We only provide a service. We're not. He almost kind of gave me a like, well, that's dumb kind of like tone. And it was surprising because to a degree, I think having some kind of hardware that can really, what's the word? Just really complement your service goes a long way. So in a sense, I'm with you that hardware and even being shown retail is only a good thing, but I think it's only one part of the equation. And so if you're a service that's dismissing hardware altogether, in correlation to your service, I kind of think that's bad. So just kind of my thought right there. Yes, come to Berlin. Gregory, will you hang out with me down there if I go down to Berlin? To be honest, Xbox almost died too. I know, Phoenix. And how quick people are to forget. Michelle goes, Sonny was a bully. He said it. Yes. When I was a kid, I was a bully. I was a bully. I offered an energy drink. He said he doesn't like those anymore. Then a bottle of water. He says he doesn't like water. Then a bottle of Gatorade. I don't drink alcohol. Okay, I just read what you said, Shane. I do drink water. I have one right here. I have a bottle of water right there. Daniel says your camera moving back and forth is slowly stripping me out. Stripping you or creeping you out or what? They do have the Nvidia Shield TV. Yeah, they do. And I asked specifically about like a GeForce Now controller, and he kind of gave me a tone like, okay. I agree with you. I have their own specific controller. Will do a lot of justice for representing them. Yeah, and it's a Bluetooth controller. But I was talking about, when I was asking them more about like what Stadia kind of has. I didn't say Stadia specifically, but just something that was very specific to cloud gaming, because you don't really want to. I mean, you can and you could. It's very viable to do cloud gaming with a Bluetooth controller. It's just you are adding an extra layer there, and it's not something I recommend. So I was asking, and the bottle of water is for the looks for fun. Notes the bottle of water is full. Yeah, I haven't. Guys, I'm talking to you. When am I going to take a drink? Combative Gamer says, I agree with you. Have their own specific controller. Will do a lot of justice for representing them. That's what I think. And it doesn't have to be a controller. This is what I've been calling for. Give me the first cloud service. I don't have anything here with me. I have it behind me, though. If you look right there where I'm pointing, I have the Backbone one, and then right below it's the Stadia controller, but it's so blurred out you can't tell. But the Backbone 1 controller, it's actually an Xbox version, xCloud. At least that's what they're branding it, but it's just a normal Xbox one. They want me to cover it, and I haven't had time. And give me the first service that gives me a Kishi-like controller that goes Wi-Fi into the servers. And I think you're going to have a massive hit on that. You're going to make a little bit of money. Now, I don't think you're going to get rich, but over time you will. And that's what I want to see. I do want to see, and I've been calling for Stadia to do this, just, specific hardware kind of like that would really make a big difference. We got Tom Smith in here for some Dermoplast burn cream. Is that for burn? You can't see my burn, I don't think. It's right here, and it's been stinging this whole time. Thank you for that, Tom. I will look into that, my man. Really appreciate it. Shane with the 5 for any fluid that you... All right, I'll drink a sip. I'll drink a sip. I'll drink a sip for Shane. That's true, Randy. You can even get a TV dongle for just $30, and you can use any service. this channel, man. This live streams, these chats, man, they go into all sorts of crazy stuff like that, don't we? We go from pizza and pineapple to playing Stadia on the toilet, to playing Stadia on the toilet in NFL stadiums. It's the craziness that always ensues here. MT Tava says, do you think Stadia should have its own section in game shops? I can't read today. With game shops with a poster explaining Stadia and a demo to like with PS4 and Xbox section. Honestly, something like that couldn't hurt, and it would be cool to see. But I mean, when you say game shops, what game shops are we talking? Like GameStop? I think GameStop would be so against cloud gaming, it would literally destroy. So that would leave us with things like what, Best Buy, things maybe that sell Google related products. And I don't know if they're gonna have posters for that, so it doesn't seem very viable. But I mean, none of that could hurt. So is there any news about Uplay Plus coming to more countries for Stadia? I have not heard anything about that, Tim. I have not, my man. I read up on the Stadia controller spec sheet and apparently has a Bluetooth. So why can't I pair it to things normally? Uncanny, I have no clue. And I did hear about that before, and I'd have to look at it a little more and maybe ask somebody about what's going on with that. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Inky says, hey Sonny, keep up the good work, mate. Thoroughly enjoy the content. Always enjoy drinking that ship. Thank you, my man. Drinking that ship, my man. Did I just say the SHIT? As you guys can see, I have not slept much, and my words have been slurring left and right today. Could you say see you guys in the clouds of the microphone, please? I love that in your videos. You guys tripped me out, man, the other day when I sat there and I said at the end of my video, and thanks for watching. And you guys were not happy that I didn't give that see you guys in the clouds. I was really surprised by that. You guys cracked me up, and I will never experiment again. So thank you for that. You guys scared me half to death. We got Janet coming in here for vitamin water. I love those. I love vitamin water, and I have not been able to get them in stock where I live. Otherwise, that might be what I'd be drinking. I'm a huge fan of vitamin water. Cloud is no different from digital download as far as GameStop's concerned, kinda. Yeah, I know, but they can't sell Stadia games, so yeah, they can't really do it. So earlier this year, AT&T was providing free Stadia Pro with their cell phone service. First company I saw to partner up with Stadia. There's actually been quite a few cell phone companies that have somewhat partnered in one way or another. I think OnePlus was one of them. I think it's really cool to see stuff like that. I really, really wish that... Here's the thing, and I'm going to put Google on blast a little bit. You guys know I don't usually put them on blast, but I'm going to put them a little bit on blast right now. They really need to reach out to us content creators, us YouTubers, Stadia Source, the website. They need to really start reaching out to us. There's no reason for them not to do it. I have no clue to this day. I have talked to people like John Justice, who is at the very top. The only other person above him at the time, John Justice is gone now, was Phil himself. I could try to email Phil. I haven't tried. Maybe I should. I don't know why. I kind of feel like us creators, we're an extension to you guys in a sense, because a lot of you guys engage with us for you guys telling me what you guys want to see out of Stadia, out of other cloud services, and my job is to come back and give that feedback to them, and they do get that feedback in one way or another. If it's my tweets, it's my videos, they all read those things. I know they do. So one of the things I was a little disappointed was with that AT&T deal was, why didn't any of us get an opportunity to cover that? I would have loved to have just had something temporarily, you know, throw me something where I could have had some service. I would have tested it out in a video. I would have showcased how awesome it was working, because according to AT&T, you know, they did something where they were making sure their stuff was working really awesome for cloud gaming. And I really wanted to continue to see that improved going forward. I mean, people like myself are only going to help promote. You need the people who are already invested to further show that there's people who are invested, if that makes any sense, who are enjoying Stadia, and getting that early access to stuff like that would be really cool. So That's me putting them on blast right now. They need to do better, and they need to reach out for us. It's been a year and a half. I've stopped complaining about this a year ago. I used to complain about it all the time, but it's one of the things where I think Google needs to be a lot better. So OnePlus gave 3 months of Google. Yep, Leonardo said it. My niece only plays games through her iPad via Stadia and xCloud, and when I asked her if she wants a console, she laughs and says no. Rob Gold just told you guys what I've been telling you guys for a while. This is going to be the norm. And shout out to Consingo, who the last couple weeks has been on my stream. I don't think he's here now. Consingo is a good example, and a lot of people like Consingo who has their kids playing on Stadia. My little brother plays on Stadia. He has no clue how it works. You guys saw my brother. I showed him earlier. He came here. He's already a teenager. He has no clue how it works. He just knows that he loves playing Watch Dogs Legion. That's his favorite game on Stadia. And he just sits there and plays it. The next generation of gamers right there, down there from Rob Gold's niece to my little brother, they're all just going to be gaming. They're not even going to realize how it's happening. They're just going to be having fun. Internet's only going to get better as the years go on. And this is just kind of what I'm telling you guys. It's just a matter of time at this point. Michelle goes, that's studying my question about playing on your phone related to being able to use your phone as a controller. Oh, you're talking about bridge mode. I think that's going to hit us any week now, but I have no clue when. I haven't heard anything about it. So Jake says the only reason I have Stadia is because they gave it away free with a premium subscription, and it's so much better than I thought it would be. Awesome, Jake. And again, welcome, my man. That's really awesome, and it's good to see that those promotions are working, and really that's how you have to do it. And that's how I've been telling people. You know, I heard about someone the other day who said he gave it to a bunch of buddies who have doubted Stadia for many months, I think since it launched, and then had them play Destiny, which, by the way, Destiny's free to play and now features cross-play. They tried it out and they loved it, and they couldn't believe how good it works, and that's where the magic lies, how good it is. So GFN needs a Wi-Fi controller like Stadia and Luna. It would help them with the latency. I mean, that's what I was asking for, Bippity, and I don't know, maybe they'll do it. I think they should do it. I think you can take them a little more serious, but you know, that's just my opinion. Stadia has a live stream linked to their service now, but it's like you're the bare minimum, and I mean bare. YouTubers have helped promote Stadia a lot. Yes, we have definitely have helped. Listen, I don't want to sound entitled in any way, shape, or form. I've been very grateful for the support Stadia has given. I just think that, you know, I would love to continue to further promote something that I believe in. This goes even for other services. Well, I do like Luna. I do like GFN. And GFN, and their credit, actually does work with creators really well. GFN is the best at this, by the way. GFN's amazing at that, so credit goes to them. Luna could be a lot better. Luna does it so backwards. They sit there and they work with Twitch creators, and those audiences could give two flying poops about cloud gaming. So they are doing it so wrong. I kind of laugh at their marketing team over there. But you know, Stadia was doing the same thing too, and we saw that it didn't really make a huge difference. The way to make a huge difference with certain creators, if you really want to reach an audience, a new audience, is to reach the biggest of the biggest. You know, not these with like 1 million. You know, those audiences are just there for the creator most of the time and their personalities, not for the gaming platform. So there's a way about going about marketing, in my opinion, of Stadia, and I have yet to see a single service do it correctly in any way, shape, or form. So Sunny, did you say you saw the expectations of growth for cloud gaming? Money is the best motivation for companies. Sabin, I was talking about that earlier, and the expectations for cloud gaming as a whole, man, it's just a slow thing right now, for sure. Cloud gaming is 100% the future. Agreed. Michelle says, call the Google merchandise store number and request Stadia t-shirts and merch. Light up the hoodie way would be insta buy. Oh, I'm with you on that. I would buy some stuff myself. Jeff goes, why pay $500 for a console? I know. And it'll phase out down the line. I don't know when it'll phase out, but it eventually will phase out. Amon goes, where's Dancing Panda? He's usually here every week. He'll pop up. Let me see how far we are. All right, guys, we're about 15 minutes away. We're gonna give this another 15 minutes, so we're gonna do our last giveaway, or our only giveaway today. So make sure you guys exclamation raffle in the chat. If you already did it, don't do it again. When you do win this giveaway, you're going to want to message Granite on the Discord. You do have to be on the Discord, and Also, you have to respond in the chat when you win. So 15 more minutes, we're gonna do this giveaway, and then I'm gonna be done for the day. Kevin says Sonny has that radio voice, doesn't he? Thank you, my man. Sonny and Candy, isn't the Bluetooth only used for when connecting the controller to the app for the first time? Royal Donut, don't think so. I don't think the Bluetooth's ever worked as far as I know. Tom says, what are your thoughts on channels like Gamers Nexus, whose opinion is Stadia is dead, and Google will pull the plug like they have done on their other things since in-house gaming development closed? You know, Gamers Nexus, I don't really have a lot of thoughts about them. I mean, isn't their channel really based, their main content, like that really gets them the most views? Isn't it based on, am I wrong on this, on PC gaming? So they're going to be, they don't want to see cloud gaming in any way, shape, or form take off. So that'll hurt their bottom line. So that's all I can really say. John coming in with the 99 cents. Thank you, my man. Really appreciate it and love that little smiley face sticker. Which do we think goes mainstream first, cloud gaming or VR? Oh, cloud gaming. And I say that completely biased a little bit. I don't want to say, no, not biased. That's totally the wrong word. Ignorance. Because I don't know diddly squat about VR, if I'm being honest. I love VR. The little that I've done it is amazing. I actually think you're going to see cloud gaming VR. Not that far in the future. Like I said, Google has been messing with that stuff already. I've heard about them testing stuff along those lines back since like a year ago. So I think that'll happen at some point. Lanky goes, nearly at that 20k subs, dude. We'll promote as much as I can. Thank you for that, Lanky. Yeah, man. We'll be hitting 20k subs here, and I think in a couple months. When we do, we're gonna have a big party, man. We're gonna do a big, lots of giveaways here. We're gonna do a live stream. We're gonna give out like a ton of games. So get ready for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. The light up hoodie was part of bringing Stadia to the streets van tour. I know, that would have been awesome to have a light up hoodie, man. Randy goes, Stadia is missing out on partnering with YouTubers like Sunny, Bill, and Lloyd, etc. to promote and advertise this platform. I found Stadia because Sunny, that kind of thing does wonders. You know, they're getting better with it, Randy. They are getting better. They, like I said, they did those live streams. I talked about this last week. They did some live streams with some creators. They're getting better. I'm talking more about not necessarily, you know, doing that kind of stuff with the live streams and promoting. I'm talking about more letting us get some early access on some stuff so we can really test these things out and promote it to you guys, and not necessarily promote it, but promote it to everybody and showcase if it's any good. Or, you know, maybe one of the reasons they don't do it is, I actually would be honest, if I were to get some product and it wasn't good, I would tell you guys. I wouldn't just give you the super positive spin. So I could kind of see maybe that's where the problem is, and that's why they don't reach out. You know, they're a little too worried about with someone like us who does have your attention as people who are already around Stadia, and maybe that's the problem actually when I think about it. Because I would be honest with you guys, if I were to get a piece of Stadia hardware that's new, or if I were to get a game for Stadia and I didn't think it was good, I would tell you guys this game's not good. Like I'm telling you guys earlier, Outriders is no bueno. Don't buy that. So I could see maybe that being a thing. So I don't know. Yo, Alucard, what's up, brother? Hello, Sonny. You should buy a Quest 2. That's a good entry point for VR. Start with Half-Life. For sure, my man. I'm broke these days, but for sure, I definitely want to try some more VR in the future. Thank you for that message, my man. Good to see you here on the in the chat. Ryan Hudson says, sorry, it's connected to my headphones. Oh, don't know what your context on that was. The problem with VR is the initial cost. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feign ignorance when it comes to VR. I'll start streaming once they release next gen Tetris. Shane, I can tell you right now, guys. By the way, I'm playing around right now, but I'm messing around with Shane. But I can tell Shane that I had heard that what did you call it? Tetris? Next gen Tetris is gonna come out when Gen 5 Stadia comes out. So you can take that to the bank specifically for Shane. The only thing going to frustrate me is when xCloud finally catches up to Stadia and Xbox fanboys will say xCloud was better this whole time. Yo, Anthony, that already happens now. Listen, when it comes to xCloud, you know, I have to say, they have gotten a lot better. And I'm going to be just straight up honest with you guys. I don't hate xCloud in any way, shape, or form. I'm a bit of a fan of it. I don't use it. And I just even told you guys earlier, I just canceled my subscription. But xCloud has some good stuff going for it. I think it's interesting because they are investing in the future, but at the same time, verbally, they're telling you something different. So I kind of hate the mixed messages because we've heard about potentially a cloud-only game coming from Xbox, or at least a game that's partially run by the cloud. We hear that they're coming out with a dongle. So they're taking cloud serious in one sense, but in another, Phil goes out and says, hey guys, I use xCloud to demo my stuff. It's really cool. And I demo so I can download my games. So when he tells you that, it tells you that they don't want to go all in on xCloud just yet. They want you to buy their consoles. And when they give me that signal, it's really hard for me to want to take it serious. And I'd love to, do you guys feel the same way I do? Am I the only one in this boat? Because that's how I feel. Like, why do I want to take your service serious in regards to the cloud portion of it if you don't take it serious? If the only reason you use it is to demo, why do I care? That was such an off-putting statement. And this is from Phil Spencer himself, the president of Xbox, who said that. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on that. Saban says, it's beyond me why most creators find GeForce Now xCloud positive. Oh, well, I can tell you this right now. A lot of people praise, if you see it on Twitter or you see it in social spaces, one of the reasons GeForce Now gets a lot of praise is because GeForce Now works with them. And they get love that they don't get, they've gotten nowhere else. And I was a little victim to that last year, where they really did support me. And at the time, Stadia was really shunning me. And it was kind of tough a little bit, but I had to sit there and I had to reflect on the fact that I was being a little entitled, to say the least. And I'm just admitting that, I'm not entitled to certain things. And I was grateful for the support that I had been receiving. And to this day, I'm still very grateful. I still think they can do more, and I think it only helps them. But at the same time, I'm very grateful. So in regards to a lot of praise for GeForce Now, a lot of that actually, I think, comes from the fact that GeForce Now works so closely with a lot of creators. They technically work with me closely as well. It's just, well, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, I think they gave out some code. They gave me some code last week, which I haven't even fully given them out. So GeForce Now is amazing when they work with creators. So it's easy for the creators to kind of get excited about something. And none of us are big creators, so we kind of take it like this is this special thing when we're being kind of, loved a little bit in that sense. So I think there's a little bit of that, because GeForce Now is far from a perfect service, and none of these services are perfect. And in my opinion, really nobody really deserves to sit there and get this like ultimate praise. I could sit there and go through every service and tell you they all have their own problems, their own issues, and nobody's perfect just yet. And for me, my favorite platform is Stadia, because the thing that it gets right the most is what I feel is the most important thing. Now, that's just for right now. Later down the line, and let me just say what it is the performance and the tech. Later down the line, when people start to understand that cloud gaming is a very viable way to play your games, which right now, that's not the case right now. Like I said, I've said this over and over. I think it's only like 2% of the gaming market. A lot of people do not believe cloud gaming is viable right now. As that perception starts to change, and it will, we went from DVDs to Netflix, right? We went from Blu-rays to Netflix. It'll happen. When that starts to happen, I really hope that Stadia decides to shift. You'll see other places potentially catch up, but I doubt it, because if Google is still with their plans of being that tech part of it and being that first and foremost, I mean, remember, we were teased 8K 120 FPS. If someone were to ever do 8K 120 FPS, my money would be on Stadia. So again, for me, cloud gaming needed to win me over when I started this channel, even before I started this channel. And the one that did it for me was Stadia, and it's why it's the one that I've believed in the most. And yeah, so that's just me going on a million different tangents. So I apologize, guys, really. Amir says, I use GFN a lot. I think it's awesome for people who want to play a little bit older games like Tomb Raider games. GFN is really cool. if you, it's interesting. GFN, if you have a Steam library, I think it's an automatic one of those that you should definitely look into if you're looking for a cloud service or if your computer can't pick it up anymore. I've also said that GFN is really good if you're wanting to buy games cheap, you know. But the thing is, you could buy a game cheap on Steam or even Epic Games, but it might not be on GeForce Now. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts on that one. Not only that, but, you know, technically speaking, a game can leave the service or a game might not work at all, like we've seen with Crusader Kings on GFN. So again, like I keep saying, all of them have their problems and all of them have the people they speak to the most. And for me, it's just really weird to see kind of the divide within like this small community we already have, see kind of people kind of bickering with each other, because I kind of feel like most people do not kind of see the outward view of it. They're just very focused on certain aspects of it, and I don't know, I just don't look at it that way, guys. My prediction is at some point in the near future, xCloud is going to arrive and it will smash everything. I'm no Xbox fanboy. It just seems like Microsoft has a long-term plan. Look at Game Pass. And I've said that, Jake. I just said it a second ago. They are building, I think, a cloud-only game. We've seen that. We've seen that like being in the news. We've seen that being hinted. They are getting their little dongle out. They are doing things where they are taking it serious. The thing that that gets me, I think, most feeling good about Stadia is the reach that Google actually has. They actually have more out there in other countries in terms of like servers and nodes and all that junk, and that's where you kind of lose me a little bit on the tech. But I just know that the reach is far greater with Google, and getting the hands of cloud gaming and getting AAA games in the hands of gamers who have never owned consoles in other countries where they couldn't even dream of affording one is going to be key. Phil Spencer from Xbox knows this. Google knows this. That's why they're not quitting. They're not going to stop with Stadia. They know all this stuff. They have access to numbers that we don't. And so when people make grand declarations of Stadia failing or any of this other stuff, I don't care what game, what YouTube channel it is, if it's Gaming Nexus or whatever the heck he's called, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. Ooh, we got a spammer in the chat. Yo, my goodness. Thank you, mods. Can I rent Stadia games at Blockbuster? Yo, don't hit me like that, Lamont. I used to work at Blockbuster, and it was one of my most favorite jobs. And I used to sell their monthly pass. Blockbuster, towards the end of their lifespan, used to have a monthly pass, and I was always the #1 seller in the whole region. And now I'm sitting here telling you guys how I used to be a good salesman, but I was such a good salesman, and I loved working at Blockbuster. I loved talking to people about movies. Now that's all shifted to me talking about games. But don't hit me like that, my man. I miss Blockbuster. You know, there's a vacation spot that me and my wife go to, and they still have an OG rental movie place. And we do hit that up. So I do kind of like the nostalgia of renting a movie, but renting movies is something that it's just kind of like that old G feel. So, you know, a combination of the future and old school stuff for me can sometimes hit the spot. GeForce Now problem is the inconsistency. They have good rigs and bad rigs. That's actually another good point. Yeah, man, you guys are nailing some of these negative points that even I forget, but that's a good one too. Some games are badly configured. That's a good point. Sometimes you end up getting a graphics, a rig that doesn't have a good GPU, and you get some really inconsistent performance, and that's a good point too. But if we're being also honest, we do see inconsistent performance on many services. I can go on to Luna and play one game and then another game's different. We've seen that with Stadia as well. We've seen that with a lot of different stuff. So it's interesting how that works. But GeForce Now, their problem is that their inconsistency relies more on them, because we'll end up getting a rig that has like a 1070 card or something ridiculous. So I'm with you on that. With an advertising company owning Stadia, I feel like we're heading to a Ready Player One-like future. And that's another thing I talk about too, guys. The fact that Google has the reach they do, the fact that Google does have YouTube, the fact that, you know, Play Store exists. I actually thought that Humankind was going to release on the Play Store. I was told about the touch controls that Humankind has before all you guys did. And for some reason, the way it was worded to me, I thought it was going to launch on the Play Store. And I thought to myself, oh, launch Humankind on the Play Store and advertise it powered by Stadia and cloud gaming. And people would be into that because people want to see a civilization, you know, one that's different from Civilization. You know what I mean? And so I think that would have been really cool. So, you know, Google has a lot of tools in their toolbox. And again, I think that right now they're just really focused on making sure that they're getting all their ducks in a row, like bridge mode and all these other things, to where it's just firing on all cylinders. Red Stick Atheist says, I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hurricane pointed right at me. Hope I don't lose power so I can play Stadia. Oof. Yeah, man, be safe. Be safe. All right, guys, so we have hit the 1:30 mark, and I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes. I don't have my watch today, so I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes. Exclamation raffle. So in 2 minutes, we are going to go ahead and do this giveaway. We're going to give out 4 closed. This is an awesome game, guys. If you guys haven't checked out 4 closed, please do on Stadia. Keep in mind, guys, you guys can demo a game on Stadia, and there's a 2-hour refund policy. So if you don't like the game, you can play it for an hour and refund it. I don't think 4 Closed still has their sale anymore, but it's a game that I do recommend. It has a short story. I think the story's like, you can finish it between 3 to 4 hours. So if you're a busy person and you just want to see the ending, I think it's good for that. So giving this a little bit of extra love to the developers of 4 Closed, because they gave me this key to give out to you guys. So check out the game. Really colorful art style and has like the cyberpunk feel to it. So check it out. It's a good game. It's not the very best, but it's a decent game. So you guys want to check that out. Exclamation raffle. If you already did it, don't do it again. If you're the winner of today, you're going to want to hop in our Discord. Hop in our Discord anyways. We have a lot of spirited conversations. Yesterday, people were debating about Stadia, and they didn't like Stadia. Randy was going back and forth. We got Shane in the chat who talks random stuff. I don't know what the heck Shane's ever talking about. And then we're going to get Lamont in there, and he's going to be selling his merch in our Discord here soon. So if you guys want to see that Lamont merch, Uncanny says, sometimes with GeForce Now, I can open the same game 3 times and get at least one different rig one of those times. You guys are like pointing out all the things that I typically complain about and I just forget about because I don't use GeForce Now as much these days. The internet, Saban says, the internet heavily distributed the movie and music industry. It's just a matter of time. The same will happen for the gaming industry. Agreed. I think where a lot of us will debate is the time frame on that. A lot of you guys think we're going to be there quicker than I do. I think we're going to be a little bit ways away before gaming really just overtakes it to cloud gaming overtakes it to its full. I'm more in like the 5 to 10 year range. A lot of you are like within the like 3-year range. Some of you goes within 5 years. I would be shocked if within 5 years cloud gaming's even half. But I could see it being 20 to 30% easily. So, oh my goodness, what is this? What is Streamlabs hawking right now? What? What are they doing? Support Sunny Cloud Gaming by purchasing some merch. What merch? I don't have merch on Streamlabs, you liars. Lamont, any discounts planned for the Discord? All right, guys. All right, let's do this. We are gonna do this giveaway. We have passed the 2 minutes mark. The 2 minute mark. We have 128 users, 170 tickets. If I pull your name, you have to respond in chat. Please respond right away. Let's go. Let's pick our first winner. We have Sven. Sven's usually in the chat, my man. You know what I love is that a lot of the winners every week are people that are active in chat, which if you're not active in chat, I don't care if you win, but it's just cool because I recognize who you guys are. So it's really neat in that sense. So Sven, I don't know, Sven might have left. We're only going to give Sven about a minute. How much do we have here? We're going to give him about 30, 45 seconds. And then if he doesn't respond, we are going to move on. And we're going to give this awesome game to someone else. Nimbus goes, guys, by the way, I have some really cool games to give away. Do you guys want to know what games I have to give away? So stay tuned because when we hit 20,000 subs. Okay, I'm going to go off the top of my head. I have Madden 22 to give away. I have Humankind. I still have that one game that's like XCOM to give away. I have a lot of good. What else do I have? I have. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but we have a lot of good games to give away, guys. A lot of good games. Any Young Souls? I gave away Young Souls last week, and I don't remember if I have an extra key. I might. All right, we're moving on. Let's resume entries. And let's go. Sven missed it, and Sven is usually here. Okay, so I resumed the entries. So you can still do exclamation raffle. We're going to pull our next winner. The next winner on the price is sunny. Giving you guys one last chance. I'm not giving out Tetris. You know, you keep talking about Tetris, Shane, but I hate Tetris. Can I say that for the record? Like, I hate Tetris with a passion. It's the worst game ever. If you wanted to punish me and you wanted to make my life miserable, just let me play Tetris every day. And I will be depressed. I will be depressed after just 2 hours. All right, let's go. We got Sean Simon in the chat. Sean, I don't recognize your name, my man. So you will have to chat. You'll have to type in the chat and say, what's up? Say whatever you want. Just type in a little dot, Sean. So Sean Simon, if you're in the crowd today, come on down on Sunny. The price is Sunny, and claim your key, my man. Claim your Stadia game. Where are you at, my man? Where are you at? Is he here? We're gonna give him a little bit. There he is, Sean Simon. Maybe I do recognize you, Sean. I think I recognize that little that little portrait of yours, my man. Congratulations to Sean Simon. Looks like a pretty awesome dude. Just got a key, so he is here. Congratulations. Oh man, who doesn't like seeing blocks pile up? Me. I hate blocks. I think I have PTSD from like when I was a little kid. I couldn't put blocks together, so, and I hated puzzles. So Tetris is like, I hate puzzles to this day. I'm not a very smart man. I've never claimed to be. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. This was awesome. Thank you, guys. You guys have made a Saturday really awesome for me. I was coming in here kind of down today, and you guys lifted me up. So have a good one, guys. I will catch you guys in the next stream. I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the clouds. Take care, guys.